Music has always been an escape for me, so it's what I love to do, so it always feels good.
Hey guys, the internet is absolutely exploding right now with what might be the messiest celebrity feud of 2025. Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker are at each other's throats, and trust me, this drama goes way deeper than anyone's reporting. For those who need a quick refresh, Bhad Bhabie, also known as Danielle Bregoli, rose to fame from that iconic Cash Me Outside moment, while Alabama is Travis Barker's daughter. But this isn't just about two influencers fighting. We're talking about betrayal, secret relationships, and some seriously wild accusations. Fresh evidence shows this feud started way before anyone realized. While everyone's been focused on the recent drama, there's been a whole backstory playing out behind the scenes involving Bhad Bhabie's ex and some very suspicious timing of certain events. Think about it. These girls were actually friends at one point. But what happened between them? Breaking down the timeline of this mess reveals something nobody's talking about. Back in July, Bhad Bhabie noticed Leavon's car in a familiar neighborhood. When she called Alabama to ask about it, the response she got would set off a chain of events that's still unfolding. According to multiple sources, Alabama straight up denied Leavon was at her house, claiming he was visiting a friend nearby. But here's where it gets spicy. Security footage from that day tells a completely different story. The surveillance videos that just surfaced expose lies so bold, they'll make your head spin. While Alabama was on the phone swearing Leavon wasn't there, he was literally in her bed. And we're not just talking about a one-time thing. This had apparently been going on for months. The timestamps on these videos match up perfectly with times Bhad Bhabie was dealing with her cancer treatment. The really wild part. Alabama wasn't just seeing Leavon, she was allegedly helping him plan business moves behind Danielle's back, all while pretending to be her friend and confidant. Fast forward to Thanksgiving, and this situation explodes into something straight out of a reality TV show. Bhad Bhabie discovers an invitation to Alabama's house, sent to Leavon, with the exact address where his car had been spotted months earlier. Text messages show Alabama wasn't just inviting Leavon to Thanksgiving. She was planning this elaborate setup where he'd pretend to run into her accidentally at various events. Meanwhile, she's sending Danielle voice notes about being sisters for life and checking on her health. The audacity doesn't stop there. Sources close to the situation reveal that while Danielle was going through cancer treatment, Alabama and Leavon were spotted at multiple LA hotspots, acting like they had nothing to hide. But here's what really sets this whole thing apart: the way Alabama tried to spin the story when she got caught. Instead of owning up to it, she released a statement claiming she didn't know Leavon was taken. Girl, please. We've got receipts showing you literally helped plan his birthday party with Danielle. The social media warfare between these two has reached nuclear levels. When Bhad Bhabie dropped those initial screenshots exposing Alabama's lies.
Me waiting at a restaurant for 2 hours for somebody, and then, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that story a little more. Go into detail. Why did you have to wait for 2 hours for someone?
I was supposed to meet with someone on my birthday, because when we went out for dinner, and it was, I'm on my way. And it was like, it didn't really ruin my birthday because we ended up going back to my house together, but it was like, I was like waiting 2 hours at the table for you.
Nobody expected what would come next. Instead of apologizing, Alabama decided to release a diss track. Yes, you heard that right. A whole song about the situation, titled Crybaby. This track isn't just throwing shade. It's making some wild accusations about Danielle's parenting and relationship history. But here's the thing. While Alabama's out here trying to be the next Cardi B, she's actually exposing herself more than anyone else. The lyrics claim Leavon was pursuing her, but those leaked DMs paint a very different picture. We've got messages showing Alabama actively planning meetups, coordinating stories, and even helping Leavon hide his location from Danielle. Meanwhile, Bhad Bhabie's response? She's not just fighting back with words. She's got video evidence, timestamps, and enough receipts to fill a CVS. And trust me, what she's about to reveal next will change everything you thought you knew about this situation. Switching gears to the money side of this drama, because trust me, it gets even messier. While Alabama was playing house with Leavon, he was apparently trying to get his hands on Bhad Bhabie's business empire. Fresh documents show he was literally pitching ideas to investors using Danielle's unreleased projects as his own. Sources close to Danielle reveal that during her cancer treatment, Leavon was meeting with Alabama's connections in the music industry, trying to shop around songs that weren't even his to sell. We're talking about tracks Danielle had written during her recovery, songs that were deeply personal to her. The business proposals Leavon was sending out will make you question everything about loyalty. But Alabama wasn't just a passive participant in all this. She was actively introducing Leavon to industry executives, positioning him as some kind of music mogul, all while knowing he was still with Danielle. The screenshots from these meetings, they're about to blow this whole situation wide open. And those mysterious studio sessions they claimed were for Alabama's music career, turns out they were listening to Danielle's unreleased tracks, planning how to remake them with different artists. The family dynamics in this mess are absolutely wild. Travis Barker, Alabama's dad, initially tried staying out of it, but recent developments forced him to address the situation. And when I tell you his private messages to Danielle's mom, Barbara, are shocking, that's an understatement. Turns out Travis had no idea about the extent of Alabama's actions. When Barbara showed him proof of what his daughter had been up to, including those Thanksgiving party plans and studio sessions, his response was anything but supportive of Alabama's choices. Travis Barker's private reaction to the evidence will shatter everything you thought about this family. Meanwhile, Kourtney Kardashian's getting dragged into this mess too. Sources say she's been trying to mediate behind the scenes, but her attempts at peacemaking backfired spectacularly when Alabama used these family meetings to gather more intel about Danielle's business moves. The really wild part, while the adults were trying to handle this privately, Alabama was on social media painting herself as the victim, even though she was the one orchestrating most of these schemes. The way she manipulated both families, it's giving masterclass in deception. The physical confrontation threats have taken this drama to a whole new level. When Bhad Bhabie announced she'd be at the Calabasas Commons for a face-to-face, nobody expected what would happen next. Instead of showing up,
So I don't know if my mom is a very narcissistic person. And you know, narcissists, they like a crowd. Figuratively and literally, they like a crowd. Because they feel like, well, I can't convince the people who really know me, so I can convince others of whatever narrative I want to play.
Alabama went live on Instagram from a completely different state. Sources at the scene confirmed Danielle actually showed up, ready to handle this old school style. Meanwhile, Alabama was posting stories from Nashville, claiming she was too busy working to engage in childish drama, this coming from the same girl who dropped a whole diss track. The security footage from Calabasas Commons exposes who really has the courage to face this head on. But here's what's really fascinating. While Alabama was playing it safe from another state, her team was secretly filming everything at the Commons for what they're calling a documentary about online bullying. The irony? They're planning to paint Alabama as the victim, even though we've got proof she orchestrated this whole situation. And those work commitments in Nashville, multiple sources confirm she was actually hiding out at a friend's house, watching Danielle's every move through fake social media accounts. The business side of this beef exposes something nobody's talking about. While everyone's focused on the relationship drama, Leavon was actually trying to sabotage Danielle's entire career. Fresh evidence shows he was meeting with her competitors, sharing confidential information about her upcoming projects. Remember those mysterious meetings at Alabama's house? They weren't just about their secret relationship. Sources reveal they were planning to launch a competing brand using inside information about Danielle's business plans. We're talking about everything from makeup lines to music releases. The business documents that just leaked prove this wasn't just about stealing a man, it was about destroying an empire. Multiple industry insiders have come forward with screenshots showing Leavon and Alabama pitching projects that were literally copied from Danielle's private business plans. They even tried to contact the same manufacturers and investors, using information only someone close to Danielle would know. But here's where karma kicks in. These potential business partners were so put off by their shady conduct that they actually reached out to Danielle's team to warn them. The emails they sent exposing the scheme, they're about to change everything. The social media strategy behind this whole mess is actually genius in a totally twisted way. While Alabama was playing victim on her main accounts, she was running multiple fake profiles to monitor Danielle's every move. We're talking about elaborate schemes to track not just Danielle, but her entire circle. Fresh screenshots show Alabama created at least 7 different accounts to infiltrate Danielle's fan groups. She wasn't just lurking, she was actively spreading rumors and gathering intel about Danielle's business moves, all while pretending to be a concerned supporter. The fake account network they created would make FBI surveillance look amateur, but the real kicker? These fake accounts were also being used to boost engagement on that embarrassing diss track. Yep, those thousands of supportive comments, most of them came from accounts linked to Alabama's IP address. Talk about manufacturing your own hype. Meanwhile, Danielle's been playing chess while they're playing checkers. Instead of fighting back on social media, she's been quietly gathering evidence and building a case that could potentially lead to legal action.
Before I was famous, I was still not like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
My name was always in someone's mouth. Someone always liked me. Someone always hated me. The girls that wanted to be friends with me in school, to get me to be around them, to get me to say something back to them.
Mm-hmm.
I was never just one of these hidden kids. Like I always stood out.
The cease and desist letters her team just sent out, they're just the beginning. The medical angle of this situation makes everything 10 times worse. While Danielle was literally fighting cancer, Alabama and Leavon were plotting their next moves. Sources from the hospital confirm Leavon was skipping Danielle's treatments to meet up with Alabama, and the dates match perfectly with those surveillance videos. Text messages show Alabama wasn't just aware of Danielle's condition, she was using this information to time her moves. She'd wait for days when Danielle had treatment scheduled to plan meetings with Leavon, knowing exactly when her former friend would be most vulnerable. The hospital security footage that just surfaced will make you lose faith in humanity. But karma has a way of exposing everything. Remember those supportive messages Alabama was sending Danielle during her treatment? Well, she was simultaneously texting Leavon, making fun of Danielle's situation and planning how they could use her illness to their advantage. The really twisted part. While Danielle was sharing her cancer journey to help others, Alabama was in group chats speculating about how they could spin the situation for clout. The screenshots from these conversations, they're about to end careers. The music industry's reaction to this whole situation reveals something fascinating. Multiple producers have come forward with stories about how Alabama and Leavon tried to pitch them songs that were literally stolen from Danielle's unreleased catalog. Studio footage shows them actually playing Danielle's demos, claiming they were collaborative works. But here's the thing, we've got the original session files, complete with timestamps and metadata, proving these tracks were recorded while Danielle was still trusting both of them. The studio security tapes expose a level of betrayal that's almost impossible to comprehend. Industry veterans are saying they've never seen any this bold. We're talking about them trying to sell music they had no rights to, using connections they only had because of Danielle, all while she was focusing on her health recovery. But what's really going to blow your mind is how they plan to release these stolen tracks. They created this whole elaborate scheme involving multiple release dates, fake writing credits, and even a story about how the songs were inspired by rather than stolen from Danielle. The paper trail they left? It's like they weren't even trying to hide their tracks. Every email, every contract discussion, every studio booking, it all leads back to proof of their deception. The financial aspect of this betrayal goes even deeper than anyone realized.
Because what other rap female artists are really on the Billboard?
Right. You recently said that not that you didn't like Nicki, but you preferred Cardi to Nicki.
Yeah, I love Nicki. It's just like I prefer Cardi more.
Right. What do you think it is about Cardi that you like more than Nicki?
Because it's newer. I grew up listening to Nicki, so it's something new.
Banking records show Leavon was actually using Danielle's money to fund his secret meetings with Alabama. We're talking about thousands in business expenses that were really fancy dinners and hotel rooms. Fresh documents reveal he was charging everything from designer clothes to luxury car rentals to accounts connected to Danielle's business. And guess what? Alabama wasn't just an innocent bystander. She was actively helping him figure out ways to access more of Danielle's funds. The credit card statements that just leaked will make your blood pressure skyrocket. But here's where it gets really wild. While they were burning through Danielle's money, they were also pitching themselves to reality TV producers as the next big power couple. The sizzle reel they created. It literally features them spending money that wasn't theirs to spend. Multiple sources confirm they were shopping around a reality show concept about their rise to fame, conveniently leaving out the part about how they were funding this lifestyle with stolen money and betrayal. The pitch deck they sent to networks, it's like reading a masterclass in delusion. And those expensive gifts Alabama was flexing on social media, turns out they were bought with cards linked to Danielle's accounts. The receipts, they're all there, complete with timestamps that match perfectly with Alabama's "Look What I Got" posts. The way this whole situation affected their mutual friends group exposes an even darker side to this drama. Text messages from their shared circle show how Alabama and Leavon were systematically turning people against Danielle, all while she was focused on her recovery. Group chat leaks reveal Alabama wasn't just stealing Danielle's man, she was trying to hijack her entire social circle. She'd send carefully edited screenshots, manipulated conversations, and straight-up lies to make Danielle look bad. Meanwhile, she's playing the innocent victim in public. The group chat messages that just surfaced show a manipulation game that would make Regina George look amateur. But karma works in mysterious ways. These same friends started keeping receipts of their own, documenting every lie, every manipulation, every fake story Alabama and Leavon tried to spread. And now, they're coming forward with everything. We're talking about voice notes where Alabama literally plans out how to destroy Danielle's reputation. Strategy sessions with Leavon about how to turn different friend groups against each other. Even detailed plans about how to make Danielle look like the aggressor when everything eventually came to light.
Music has always been an escape for me, so it's what I love to do, so it always feels good.
Tell me about this song and where this song came from and you and why this song was important to put out. And it feels bigger, it feels special.
Well, the sample is from a song that my mom used to listen to when she was a kid, so I thought it was a really cool beat to go with. And then the lyrics were just made to just, have fun. That's all it's about, is having fun.
The really fascinating part? Some of these friends were recording everything, knowing someday the truth would need to come out. The audio files they've been sitting on, they're about to blow this whole situation wide open. A final piece of this puzzle might be the most shocking of all. Remember those mysterious business meetings Leavon kept having? Turns out he wasn't just trying to steal Danielle's music, he was attempting to trademark her entire brand identity. Legal documents show multiple trademark applications filed under shell companies, all trying to claim ownership of everything from Bhad Bhabie's catchphrases to her business concepts. And guess who was helping with the paperwork? Alabama's team providing legal connections through her father's network. The trademark applications they filed will make your jaw drop to the floor. But here's where their plan completely backfired. Every lawyer they approached kept records of these shady requests. Now these professionals are coming forward with emails, documents, and meeting recordings that expose the full scope of their scheme. The really wild part? While they were trying to steal Danielle's intellectual property, they were simultaneously planning a whole rebrand for Alabama, one that basically copied Danielle's entire aesthetic and business model. The mood boards and marketing plans they created, it's like they weren't even trying to hide the plagiarism. And those mysterious meetings with investors, we've got footage of them literally pitching Danielle's ideas as their own, not realizing several of these investors were already in talks with Danielle's legitimate team. But here's the ultimate plot twist. All of this evidence isn't just damaging to their reputation. Legal experts say these attempts at trademark theft and business sabotage could actually lead to serious legal consequences. We're talking potential lawsuits, criminal investigations, and the kind of charges that could end careers before they even really begin.